Hey guys, it's Greg, and I'm back at last with another statue review. It's gonna have been a good few months since the last one. I've been trying to cut down a bit because I've pretty much run out of space. So I've only got a few more statues on order. Keep thinking about retiring, but then something cool comes up and I've got to have it. So I'm not going to say I'm not getting any more. I've still got 5 or 6 on pre-order, so I will have a few more coming in. But anyway, back to this piece. I received this yesterday, and as you can see, this is the Incredible Hulk premium format, green version obviously. I say that because there's 3 versions. They did this in green, red and grey. But to me the Hulk is green, so really wanted to have this piece. I used to have the Grey Hulk comiquette, which was an awesome statue. Still the best pose on any Hulk statue, I think. But like I say, to me the Hulk is green, so I sold that piece specifically to pay for this one. And I'm glad I did. This piece turned out amazing. I really love it. I went through a range of emotions with this piece because at first I didn't order it. It's quite expensive, I think $550, plus by the time you've had shipping to the UK and tax, import duty and all that bollocks, I couldn't really justify it, so I waited for it to sell out and then went on the wait list. My wait list converted. I was really excited to get one, and then I saw the first in-hand pictures a few days ago and people were complaining about the colour difference between his head and his body and the seam where his head joins his body, and I was like, I don't know if I'm going to like it. Is that going to put me off? And I'd sort of decided I'll probably sell it as soon as it arrives. And then I opened the box, put it together, and wow, amazing. I'll go through the colour difference and the gap and show you some detail shots, some up close shots of that. But as you can see from this initial shot, on mine there's no real colour difference between the head and the body. Not anything that's really noticeable, especially from this angle, which is how you'd display him. So yeah, really chuffed with this. I think it came out amazing. Okay, so I'll just reposition myself so we can get a closer look and go through some of the details on this statue. As to where a couple of pieces go on the base, I opened it up, got the base out, and then the first thing you want to do is stick the Hulk on him, or stick the Hulk on the base, and then you really struggle to figure out where to put a couple of the pieces. So if you get this piece, get the base out, and then put the Hulk Buster arm on, which is really nicely done. I think they did a great job on that. And then you've got this piece here and this piece here, which if you stick the Hulk on first, it's not that obvious where they go. So you've got the little piece at the back. Now there's a little peg on the end of that. You'll see a little hole in the base. You want to stick that in. And then with this piece of tube in here, there's a hole on the red Hulkbuster part there, and there's a little flat bit on the end of this, which as you can see sits under his foot. So if you stick the Hulk on the base first, you can't get that in there. So you want to stick both those 2 bits on, and then you can put the Hulk on the base and it will stand on both of those parts, which creates quite a good effect actually, like he's crushing those as he walks across it. So yeah, you want to get those in first. So I think the base really nicely done. It's the same base as the Red Hulk, but I've seen pictures of the Red Hulk and they seem to have added a bit more definition and a few other colours into this one. It looks a bit nicer, I think. And there isn't that, there's a big silver part under his foot on the Red Hulk, which I didn't think looked that great. So I think this base a lot nicer than the Red Hulk version. Okay, so that's that. Moving up to the Hulk himself, you can see he's got awesome muscle definition, and there's a bit of shading on his veins. He's massive as well. I wasn't sure, because when you see the definition, when you see the description on Sideshow's website and the measurements, it says he's 20 inches tall, which is about standard for a lot of premium formats, but you think this is the Hulk, he should be a lot bigger than that. But obviously he's hunched over, and he really is a big piece. Let's go up and have a look at his back. Hopefully the light's not too bad in here. I don't get much natural light in my lounge, and it's pretty dark out today as well, so hopefully the picture's not too bad. Check out his massive calves. The pants are done really nicely as well. There's a bit of weathering on there. See a bit of dirt on the back. Nicely ripped up. And there's some nice sort of rivets, just to add a few extra details. Yeah, pants are really cool. Yeah, so as you can see, I can't really see much difference at all between my head and the body. I think it's quite a good match, and from that angle you can't see the join either. If you move around a bit you can see it there, but I don't think that's an issue. And most people would display this piece head on where you can't see the join at all. Okay, I haven't got him on my turntable today, so I'm just going to have to pause the camera a bit and I'll reposition him. So moving around the other side, and there's the join on this side. It looks a bit worse on this side, but again, I wouldn't display him from this angle. And you know, they made the decision to have a change of head, so really there's no way to avoid that join. The only way they could have got around it is to just use one head, I suppose, and I much prefer this exclusive head, so I'd have been quite happy if they'd have just had this head permanently attached to the body and had the same head on all the statues. You can see the shade in there on his body. I think it's done really nice. It's a really nice shade of green as well. I really think it's an awesome statue. Really pleased that I got it. There's also this piece on the base as well, which isn't that obvious where it goes. I mean, I presume I've got it in the right place. It literally just slots in there. Okay, so what I'll do now is I'll just show you the two heads in more detail, so bear with me one moment. Okay, so starting with the exclusive head, and this is far and away my favourite. I think this looks so much better than the regular head. And my regular head's got a couple of issues as well. There again you can see the colour. I think it's pretty much a spot on match, so whether I've just been lucky, I don't know, but that's not an issue for me at all. The eyes are done really well. I love the look on his face on this head. I'm not a comic book fan, so I'm not an expert on what this is based on. I just think it looks better than the regular. The hair's done really well. Nice tint of green in there as well. Now another reason why I prefer this head is because round the back he's got slightly longer hair, so it does cover the join. Like I say, it's not an issue really because displayed from the front you're not going to see that, but I just think it's a bit better done. They could have made the hair on the other one a little bit longer. Yeah, awesome that is. Okay, so I'll just switch out for the regular head. I haven't actually had the regular head on that much since I got this because I do prefer this one. And like I say, mine's got a couple of issues, so I have requested a replacement. But I will show you that now so you can see what you're getting if you've got the regular ordered. Okay, so this is the regular head. And you might be able to see, but the teeth on mine are just awful. Really badly painted. There's kind of dried up drips between the top and bottom row of teeth. It really does look terrible. Now I have seen people request a new head because of the teeth, and Sideshow have said basically, you know, their usual bullshit response that they're all like that. You won't get one better. But mine has, I've got a chip in the hair on my regular head. You can see there just above his ear. It's only small, but I think if anything like that, if it's an issue when you come to sell the piece, it's an issue when you receive the piece, so they should replace it. So hopefully that will mean they can send me another head. Now, you could, if you get a head like this, you could try and use a little X-Acto knife and get those drips out. I've seen someone try to do that and it turned out pretty good. But yeah, I'm not really a fan of this head. I wouldn't say this is a piece which is exclusive or nothing. I think it's still a cool piece with that head, but it's nice to have the exclusive because the head is much better, I think. But one good thing about having a change of head on this piece is that there will undoubtedly be some customs released, so if you do get the regular and you don't like the head, I'm sure there'll be other options in the very near future. Okay, so that's the Incredible Hulk from Sideshow. I'll just finish off by showing you a quick size comparison with a couple of other PFs so you can see how he compares. So I'll just do that for you now. Okay, so here he is with a couple of his fellow Avengers. We've got him with the Iron Man Mark 6 and Captain America. As you can see, he's massive. I mean, height wise, not that much bigger, but bear in mind he's hunched over. So yeah, a really big piece. And if you've got Bester cabinets like me, absolutely no chance of getting him in there. I tried last night, all different angles. And if you've got glass doors on your Besters, I couldn't find a way to get him in there. Not that will display very nicely anyway. Definitely not head on. So that's a slight issue for me because I'm not quite sure where I'm going to display him yet. At the moment I've got him stuck on my coffee table, which looks quite nice. But he is massive in the middle of my lounge. So yeah, overall, awesome piece. I'm really happy with it. I know a few people have got issues with the gap between his head and body and the colour, like I said earlier. But for me, they're non-issues. So yeah, really happy with this piece. Okay, so that's it for this video. Sorry I waffled on a bit. Next piece is coming up. I'm not sure what will be next. Could be RoboCop from Pop Culture Shock, or their new Ryu and I've also taken the plunge and ordered a couple of XM pieces, so I'm looking forward to receiving those in the new year. Okay, so thanks for watching, and I'll catch you again soon.